Good morning. It is January 21st, 7:42 a.m. It is Tuesday morning and we are starting school. And I'm going to check back in with you when we finish and see what time it is, see how long it takes us today. All right, checking in. It is 8:50. Ellie is long done, so she's over there playing with Elijah. And Lila just hit the halfway point. So an hour and 8 minutes, and we just hit the halfway point. Moving on to, right now we're doubling school. So we just finished one day and we're moving on to the second day. All right, so 9:48 and we finally finished school. So we just check it off and then that moves on to the next day. So it took us just over 2 hours to finish the day. All right, so I'm all showered up and ready for the day. Sometimes if I take a shower before homeschool, we just can't get everything done as quickly. Sometimes it works out better just to wait. But anyways, I am in the kitchen now doing some prep. This is going to be for dinner tonight. We're going to have chicken soup. This is chicken with the bone in. So I'm about to put it in the Instant Pot with some spices and get it all boiled down so we can pull the meat off and make some chicken soup. All right, so I added some complete seasoning and I almost basically covered the chicken with water. And by the way, that is 2 chicken breasts and that cost us about $2.85 thereabouts. And I'm also gonna add 2 chicken bouillon cubes. All right, so I'm just gonna put that on the meat and stew button and 35 minutes looks about right. So we'll let that get to pressure and cook. It'll take more than 35 minutes because the pot also has to heat. Oh, I forgot there was a poultry button. Hold on. Let's do the poultry button. But let's crank that back up because I want it to be nice and tender. All right, let's do that one instead. You know, they probably do exactly the same thing. There's probably no reason to change it. But, you know, I'm not still 100% on what this thing does. All right, so next up, I'm going to boil some eggs so we can just have them for breakfast or for lunch or for just whatever. The kids love boiled eggs, and we have a ton. I thought I'd show you. Last night we bought this from Walmart. I didn't show that on my vlog, but we went to Walmart after the mall before going home. And the eggs, of course, they don't have to be in the fridge because they're not commercially washed, so they just sit on the shelf. I usually keep them right up there on the shelf. And these eggs came in a package like this. There are 5 dozen eggs in here, and I just did the math. They came out to just over $2 a dozen, which is not, you know, that's not a great deal necessarily compared to the States, but it's not bad for here. It'll be just fine for here. It's not terrible, and we eat a lot of eggs. I was very gentle pulling this out, so I know that this did not happen just now, but there were 3 busted eggs. So we're down 3 eggs. I'm gonna have to remove these from the carton and just set them up on the shelf so that we don't have this, because you can see that it's all cracked in there, and I'm not gonna put that back on the shelf. That's gross. So it was actually 4 broken eggs, unfortunately. There was one over there. But anyways, I had this other carton that was left over from the previous round of eggs, so I just went and fished it out of the recycling. I'm going to be cooking some, so I transferred all the eggs from this carton so I can just throw this one out. But I also wanted to show you a couple interesting things. This one, if it'll focus, still has feathers attached to it. Can you see that? And then also, like, check out some of the variety of sizes here. I got a very small one and a much bigger one. So these are definitely a lot closer to like farm fresh eggs. I mean, that's basically what you're getting here. All right, so my counter's all clean and sanitized. And next up, I made some Jell-O. This is cherry flavored. I've got 4 packets of expired Jell-O. This one is from January of last year, expired January last year. And it smells terrible. At least it's not a flavor I would like. I'm not a cherry person. So I just went ahead and made 3 for the kids and 1 for Jeremy. And to make it quickly, I used my, ooh, that's hot still. I used my glass mixing pitcher, mixing cup, measuring cup, that's the right word. And just did it in the microwave, just a couple minutes on high in the microwave, and then you add the mix and then add the cold water and you're good to go. So I'm gonna pop these in the fridge. They might be ready by the time we're done with lunch. We'll see. All All right, so now I am working on some more molasses cookies. I'm going to do a double batch of what I did last time so that we have them tonight for refreshments for the Bible study. Tonight is our trial run of the Bible study. We hope to have some people that we've invited that are just friends, not so much new visitors. Everybody that's coming hopefully is saved tonight. And so, but I'm going to make us some cookies so we'll have some refreshments. And I wanted to show you, I have to have my flour in a Ziploc bag, and then I actually put another bag around it to keep it safe. And so far this system has worked well. I have had a problem here in Central America with getting little bugs in the flour. So far with this method, I haven't seen any bugs yet. And just, it's interesting, different brands that you get used to. Like this brand now seems very familiar to me, whereas before, anything but maybe Gold Medal or like Great Value would have seemed odd. I'm using just the first molasses cookie recipe that popped up on Google. It's from Sally's Baking Addiction. I'll put a link to that in the description. It calls for 2 teaspoons ground ginger, and of course I'm doing a double batch, so 4, but I'm going to cut that back in half to 2 because that was a lot of ginger last time. So I don't have ground cloves or nutmeg. You probably can get them here. I just don't have them, but I do have pumpkin pie spice, so I'm going to step that instead. Alright, so I have all my wet ingredients mixed up, and I've got my dry ingredients over here. And I'm going to try using the shield that my friend Alyssa gave me to try to quell the mess. It didn't fit her KitchenAid, so she said maybe you can fit yours. I think it's a little loose on mine. I'm not sure if it's the right size for mine either, but we're going to give it a try, see if it helps. I have used it before, and I think my problem was I wasn't doing it like this. I didn't have a scoop. I think the scoop will help immensely keep us from having a mess, so we will see how this goes. And also, by the way, I know that I'm extremely blessed to have a KitchenAid. So I think that actually worked really well. The only mess I have on the counter is my fault because I took the shield off after I poured in the last little bit before I turned it on to stir. And I think if I'd left the shield on and let it stir a little bit before I took it off, that wouldn't have floofed out. So yeah, I think it worked pretty well. All right, so round 1 of the cookies are out of the oven. Round 2 is in the oven. I don't know why this time, but some of them burned. I think it might be because I put the 2 baking pans, but I had to kind of overlap them a little bit because it was the ones that were in that overlapped area that were the burned ones. Not all, and that's the worst one. And I'm not gonna serve that one, but so maybe I will do that differently next time. It kind of stinks. It'd be nice to be able to put more than one pan of cookies in at a time, but maybe that is not possible. And then also the chicken is finished and Jeremy deboned it for me, so my next task is to get some chicken soup made up. This hasn't been the case all day, but I heard the kids were in here being real quiet. Well, maybe not quiet, but calm. Calm is the best word. They are playing with these reusable stickers, which you haven't played with for a long time, so I'm glad you're playing with them.
There's a cactus growing on top of a pool. There's a car driving over.
Very funny. I see a bison up in the air, and a dragon, and a whale. And Ellie's got a cactus. You got a car?
Look, there's someone stinking inside of here. And look.
Oh, yeah? Oh, sinking in outer space, huh? And a guy with looks like a hairball for a head. Yeah. I think it's a dust ball.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that rolls inside the desert.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Look, I know.
Okay, so I've got the noodles are cooking and the carrots are cooking in the Instant Pot. And all that's left is to add the chicken, and then I will just leave it on keep warm until we're ready to eat, because we're probably going to have an early dinner tonight, getting ready for our Bible study. And then I've got all the cookies made. These are actually the leftover ones from the other day in here. And I tried a little piece of one of these after eating one of the ones that was too burnt to serve from the new batch. And oh yeah, huge difference when I reduced the ginger just a little bit. And I think they're a lot more mild. So I would definitely, if you make these, cut the ginger by half. All right, so this week's 52-week sewing challenge is to sew something in sweater knit or swim. And I've been wanting to try a cardigan. I don't really have, I have very little swim. I just have a little bit left over from when I made the girls' swim outfits back for Ellie's birthday. So, but I did have a lot of this black and white, which we're going to call it sweater knit. I don't know what else it would be. It seems like sweater knit to me. I think it will make a nice cardigan. So anyways, I went ahead and cut out the Chapman cardigan by Ellie and Mac. And I don't have time to do any sewing on it today, but probably tomorrow. So there it is. Okay, so this is going to seriously be like my longest vlog ever. But I looked out the window and look at this super cool bus. And it says Catarina Sin Frontieras, which that's not Spanish. But Catarina without borders is what I believe it translates to. Maybe it's Portuguese, I don't know. But pretty cool. And it's got a bunch of flags underneath where the kayak is. Kind of, you can see them right there-ish. There's a bunch of flags. So maybe there's all the places it's visited. It's pretty neat. Chicken soup is looking pretty good. This is my finished soup. I don't normally make chicken soup, so I think it turned out pretty good. Alright, so we are set up. Just waiting for people to arrive now. This is our trial run Bible study. It is not the official Bible study. That's next week. But anyways, we have our snacks over here. We've got coffee and drink, and we've got cookies, and yep, we're ready to go.
Cuando empezamos con una gran inauguración con 110 personas y todo eso, y la verdad muchos estaban visitando de otros lugares, otra gente solo quería ver qué estaba pasando, y creo que era...
So we are all cleaned up. Everything's put away for the most part. I think Jeremy brought the car back in the garage. And that was our Bible study. Our first, like a, not a pretend one, but like our first sort of trial run. And we had, I didn't show because I didn't know if that would be rude or not, but we had 10 people show up besides our family. So 15 with our family. 2 kids and 8 adults. All friends, all people we know. But still, it was a really nice to have all those extra people there. So yeah, it's official. We are on our way. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Lots of cooking today, lots of preparation, and that's going to be it for today.